The message came at 2:14 a.m. No greeting, no punctuation, just a single sentence. Your wife is not who you think she is. It didn't feel like spam. It didn't feel like a prank. It felt deliberate. I stared at it, the pale glow of the screen making my eyes ache in the dark. She was asleep beside me, one hand curled under her cheek, breathing slow, peaceful. I wanted to believe it was nothing. My thumb hovered over delete, but something in my gut wouldn't let me. I read it again. The words tasted metallic. I've had this feeling before, in Baghdad, in Kiev, in alleys where men lied with their eyes and smiled with their teeth. It's the stillness before a gunshot, the moment the game shifts and you're the prey. I didn't wake her. I didn't answer. I turned off the phone and lay there in the dark, listening to the rhythm of her breathing, counting each inhale like a metronome. 1, 2, 3. It started small, the sudden late meetings. The phone flipped screen down on the table. A perfume I didn't recognize, faint on her collar when she came home. She said she was exhausted. She said she was overworked. I nodded, smiled, kissed her cheek. Inside, my mind was cataloging every shift, every inconsistency. I remembered the text, the way it had no name, no sender trace. Whoever sent it knew something and wanted me to know too. One night she came home with her hair damp from a shower, even though she'd left work hours earlier. She avoided my eyes. I asked about dinner. She smiled too quickly. That smile was a tell. I've seen it in interrogations, the flash of relief when someone thinks they've dodged suspicion. It wasn't proof, but it was enough to make me start looking. I began with her phone, not snooping, just observing. She guarded it like a soldier with a live grenade. Even in the bathroom, it followed her. So I stopped trying to take it. Instead, I tracked the patterns. When she smiled at a message, when she turned away to answer. I memorized her unlock pattern the way I once memorized escape routes. 12 days later, I used it. There were no love letters, no explicit pictures, just one number saved without a name. Dozens of calls, all under 2 minutes, and an address. I didn't go to the address, not yet. Instead, I pulled her work calendar. She wasn't where she said she was 3 times in 1 week. I went quiet, smiled more, kissed her longer. I gave her no reason to suspect I knew. Meanwhile, I ran a background check on the number. It belonged to a man named Daniel. No criminal record, divorced, lived in a condo downtown. I hired someone to watch them. 3 days later, I had photographs. Her hand in his, her laugh, her mouth on his. I didn't feel rage. I felt distance, like I was watching my own life from behind glass. The DNA results came back in a plain envelope. I already knew what they'd say. The boy upstairs, our boy, wasn't mine. I sat at the kitchen table when she came in. The envelope lay between us. She froze. "What's that?" she asked. I slid it toward her. She read the first line. Her lips trembled. "Who told you?" I didn't speak. I just looked at her. The way you look at a suspect who's already confessed in their eyes. She broke first. Tears, apologies, promises. The noise of desperation filling the room. I listened in silence. And in that silence, she knew it was over. The next night, I visited Daniel. I didn't knock. He opened the door, surprised, unsure. I handed him a folder, copies of the photos, the phone logs, the DNA results. He didn't speak. His throat worked like he was swallowing glass. "She lied to both of us," I said. My voice was calm, almost gentle. He looked down at the papers, then back at me, searching for some sign of anger. There was none. "Do what you want with it," I told him, "but don't call her. Let her wonder how you found out." I left before he could answer. At home, I packed 2 bags, one for me, one for the boy. He was asleep. I kissed his forehead. He didn't stir. She came home to an empty house and a note. One line, "You made your choice, I made mine." I drove until the city lights vanished in the rear view. No music, no calls, just the sound of the tires eating distance. I thought about her face when she read the results, the way her world collapsed behind her eyes. Once, I would have killed for her. Now, I wouldn't cross the street to save her. Betrayal doesn't break you in one blow. It erodes you, quietly, precisely. When it's done, there's nothing left to destroy. By dawn, the road was empty ahead of me. So was I.